Wanda Vision. Wanda Vision. This show is so good. Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Vanessa. I do makeup and I'm actually getting ready for class, which is in like an hour. But in the meantime, I just want to talk about WandaVision because it was so good. Like, oh my god. I didn't make a video for the first and second episode. I did actually, but it got deleted. I'm very upset about that. But anyways, what we will be talking about today is basically all the episodes thus far, like what has like released thus far, which is basically all 4 episodes. So let's talk about it. Avengers, listen, this show was so good. If you're not watching it, I hope that this video will convince you to watch it because I just want to talk about it with people, and this is the only way I'll talk about it because none of my friends are watching the show, like, at all. And I don't blame them because, you know, superhero shows are not for everybody. It's barely even a superhero show at this point. Actually, wait. It is a little bit. If you hear the train in the background, I'm so sorry about it. It's louder now because I'm in my new room. How good it felt to listen to the Marvel fanfare after such a long time. It's been since 2019 since we saw Far From Home. I felt like that was such a long time ago, but it was still so like nostalgic even to like listen to the Marvel fanfare. It just felt so good. I don't know, something about the Marvel fanfare makes me feel so good. I love the fact that the aspect ratio keeps changing. Like, it changed in the first episode into the square aspect ratio that was used in the 60s and 1950s and 60s shows. They all use that aspect ratio because, I mean, the TVs weren't big back then, so it's so cute. I loved it. I love that they keep changing the aspect ratio to make it, like, you know, a little bit more mysterious even. It's scary when they do it, especially in like episode 2 when they like change back. No, wait, it's not episode 2. It's episode 3 when they change back after Wanda literally just like threw Monica out of Westview. What? Girl, she needs serious help. And I'm scared for Monica. That's my girl. Like, I'm scared for her. WandaVision takes place right after Endgame. Like, literally right after. And we see that in episode 4. We see that Monica comes back from the blip because she blipped. When they revealed that, like, when it was coming about, like, right when we were watching it, the episode, and you see her, like, coming back, I was like, oh my god. Like, this is actually happening. You know, we saw the blip a little bit in Far From Home, but it wasn't like as dramatic and like scary as it was in this episode. So it was just very like terrifying to me. I don't know, something about it just terrified me. The first 2 episodes are filmed in front of the first 3 episodes are filmed in front of a live studio audience, I believe. I think it's only just the first episode. I'm not too sure, but they do use a laugh track in 3 of the episodes so far. I believe they'll keep using the laugh track since it's so apparent in early sitcoms. I think it'll stop by the modern sitcoms because I think what they're gonna do is they're basically going to copy the really popular sitcoms. Like, so far we've seen episode 1, which copied Dick Van Dyke Show, and then in episode 2 they copy Bewitched, and then episode 3 it's kind of like the Brady Bunch. But yeah. And then episode 4 was just not a sitcom because, I mean, hello, sword. But oh my god. Let's talk about the theme songs real quick. The theme songs, WandaVision, WandaVision, that shit is so good. The first one is really good too. WandaVision, mad cute. The other one is the WandaVision. Yo, killed it. These theme songs are made by the same people who made Frozen, the Frozen music. So yeah, if you hear that, that was my dog. I think my parents are actually coming home right now, so I have to like be a little quieter. The theme songs were made by the same people who made Frozen, and it's so cute. They are doing so well with that. I think that they chose the right people for this because, I mean, the Frozen songs are just the catchiest songs Disney has ever made. I mean, Frozen, Hello, gets stuck in people's heads, Into the Unknown, and what's the other song? Let It Go. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Let It Go. That one is just like, you know, one of the catchiest Disney songs ever, and you know, kids would not stop singing it. So whichever adult is watching WandaVision, these songs are getting stuck in your head, and I know they are because I see it all over my For You page on TikTok. It's all over my For You page. But I love it because it's catchy and it's good. Like, they really killed the theme songs for these episodes. Anyways, for a second, I really want to appreciate the effects so far. The effects have been really, really good. Like, they must have spent millions on this show because so far, like, even like aside from like the practical effects and the cuts from episode 1 and 2, the actual effects in episode 3 and 4, no babes, like, it's cinema, like, it's cinematic special effects, you know what I mean? Almost comparable to the effects on Endgame. Apparently it's going to be even more excellent than Endgame, the effects I mean. Like, that's huge to say that, because, you know, Endgame was like, you know, a big thing, a big thing, especially for special effects. Even, I mean, you see the scenes, like, it's insane how all of that is just green screen. So the fact that they are doing that but in like a small scale TV show is insane. I know that they're gonna make it a lot more grand and bigger in the last 3 episodes. The last 3 episodes are actually gonna be an hour long because every episode so far has been 30 minutes, which is, you know, not my favorite thing in the world, but a lot of juicy stuff is jam-packed in 30 minutes, and I actually really like it because, you know, a lot of people have short attention spans, which is why people gravitate towards sitcoms in, you know, the early years. Like sitcoms like Modern Family, The Office, they're all like 30 minutes long. They're not like an hour long. There's a problem though that I want to talk about. The fact that the credits are like 7 minutes long, I have issues with that. They need to fix that because I know there's a lot of people working on this show, but please speed it up because it makes it seem like it's like 35 minutes long. No, the episode's like 23 minutes long. And it upsets me because I want to see the content, you know what I mean? Let's talk about the acting really quick. Wow, the acting. Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. Wow. I think I said this in my previous WandaVision video, but their chemistry wasn't like my favorite in Endgame and Infinity War. No, Infinity War. Endgame, she wasn't even there. In Infinity War and Civil War, I feel like their chemistry really didn't gravitate towards me. Like, I didn't really like look for them, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't that interested in Wanda and Vision. I don't think anybody really was, unless you've been like a comic fan. But before I found out about WandaVision, I didn't read up on Wanda, I didn't read up on Vision because I just didn't really care. But now that I read up on them before I started watching WandaVision, like, I was just like, wow, this is actually really good. Like, they chose the best characters to base a TV show off of and can unpack them in a couple of episodes. Like, it's actually really interesting how they did it. Love the chemistry between them two. Like, their chemistry is insane and their acting is amazing together and apart. Elizabeth Olsen, she delivers. This is the best acting I've seen from her in MCU, period. Like, we got a glimpse of that in Endgame when she says, like, you took everything from me, and he's like, I don't even know you, and she's like, you will. And I was like, whoa, she's coming for us. That was Marvel telling us, like, she is coming. We were not ready. I wasn't ready. Anyways, they really did something with Wanda's character, and I'm so glad that they didn't waste her for this show. Like, they really dove into who she was as a character, and it was just amazing to see that. Also, Paul Bettany, so good. He is amazing in the show. The humor, the acting, the comedic acting, amazing. Beautiful. I loved it. They are stars and they will continue to be stars after the show, mark my words. The side characters in this show are actually so amazing as well. I feel like a lot of side characters end up being fan favorites in sitcoms, and we've seen a lot of them. We've seen at least around 5 of them or 4, but the main side character is Agnes. And you guys know I said, like, you know, they are trying to make her Agatha Harkness, like that's who she might be, and it's more apparent now. You'll see little Easter eggs in what she says in these episodes. You'll hear her say certain things and you're like, that's Agnes, that's Agatha Harkness. Like, you know, I think they really did well at hiding that, even though we saw a glimpse of her in the Halloween episode because they're wearing Halloween costumes at one point. She's dressed as a witch, so that's very apparent. Like, it's clear that that's the route that they're going. I feel like they might make it a twist because Agatha ends up helping Wanda a lot, but also kind of helps Mephisto a little bit too. So hopefully they'll like change that. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but yeah. Anyways, like I was saying, I had written notes while I was watching episode 1 and 2 when it was going on. So at one point, I really thought that Agnes was the one that knew what was up, and she knew that, you know, Wanda's controlling everything, and she was actually kind of helping her. But now that we watch episode 3, we know that she's not in control of her actions, and she is like a part of the cast in the WandaVision show, because we've seen, you know, the WandaVision show is not the one we're watching. We're watching something entirely different. We're watching a show within a show. So it's coming together. Aside from the story, we'll get to the story in a second. The outfits on the show, the costume design, insane. They actually really paid attention to each era, and I think there's like a featurette on the Marvel Studios YouTube channel, but they talk about it a little bit, and it's insane how the colors from the featurette, you can see it without the black and white, and the colors are not what you would expect, because, you know, obviously when they used to do shows in black and white, they had to make colors so vibrant that would pop in black and white, if that makes sense. So Vision wouldn't have popped in black and white when he's Vision, like with the red and everything. So they probably had to paint him blue. I would love to have seen that. I doubt we'll see like a behind the scenes thing about that, but I would love to. Oh yeah, the commercials in the show, very terrifying. A lot of people have caught them, a lot of people haven't. A lot of people have noticed, you know, Hydra, they've noticed the Stark Industries, the toaster, Hydra, and Hydra soap is like the recent one that we've seen, which is really scary. Also was an Easter egg in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because apparently that was a thing in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know much about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I watched like 3 episodes and I got bored, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, the taglines I feel like are hints. I think they're kind of like hints from Wanda. Like, I think it's like little things that Wanda's trying to tell herself, because, you know, Wanda is in control of everything, and we saw that was like very apparent in when Monica comes out from Westview and says it's Wanda, it's all Wanda. It just makes sense that it is, because, like, I mean, there would be no one else with that much power to create an entirely different reality, and I'm living for it. I really am. Okay, I'm back. These are the About Face shadow sticks. They're like matte shadow sticks. I'm just gonna play around with them while we're talking about this. We're just gonna like skip all of like what we've seen in episode 1, 2, and 3, because honestly, the situations that happen in those episodes were literally for pure entertainment, and they don't really matter. What we know now is what I had been theorizing this entire time while I was watching these episodes. Like, I literally have it in my notes what I was thinking, and I literally predicted that this was literally set in a city in New Jersey, a little town in New Jersey, and Wanda was literally just sabotaging that town and making it into her own reality. And the people that are in her reality actually lived in the real Westview. Very scary, like, but they had a lot of hints to where they were actually from, because like in the first episode you can actually see the area code on one of the realtor signs. On one of the realtor signs you can see the area code, in one of the numbers is like 753 or something like that, and that area code is from New Jersey. And then one of the characters, I think his name was Norm, one of the characters in the show in episode 2 mentions Hackensack. Hackensack is in New Jersey, so a lot of hints to New Jersey. Anyways, I had a lot of notes, and there were a lot of little different things that really like showed us what was happening. And I mean, if you caught it, you caught it, and if you didn't, you didn't, and that was that. But whoever caught like all the little Easter eggs of what was going on, like certain things that they would say, and then the camera work would change every time the simulation glitch, that was so smart. They are really smart. Whoever is editing this is amazing. I didn't write a lot of notes on episode 4, but my favorite parts overall were literally just Monica, Jimmy, and Darcy. They are the main characters of this episode. They are basically trying to figure out what is going on. It all starts with like Monica coming back from the blip, and she goes back to where she used to work, which is in S.W.O.R.D, because her mom, Maria Rambeau, who we've seen in Captain Marvel, she started S.W.O.R.D, much like Peggy Carter, who started S.H.I.E.L.D. And, you know, it's kind of interesting how there's like a little parallel with Maria and Captain Marvel, and then Peggy and Captain America. Cute little parallel there. I don't know, something about it is really cute. Anyways, so she comes back, and it's 5 years later, and her mom is dead because she died from cancer 3 years prior, which is so freaking sad. I literally was so upset when I heard that. I was like, what? It was such a big shock, and they opened that. It was the cold open to the episode, and it was so good. I think we've never seen like such a scene like that in Marvel, where like it was just so chaotic and scary. You know, we're so unaware of what may have happened to Monica. Didn't really know much about her, so it was just actually really nice to see, like, you know, something that connected her to the MCU, which is Maria and S.W.O.R.D. She was actually the director of S.W.O.R.D, but her position got bumped down because a guy basically took her position when she blipped. So this guy, Director Hayward, something like that, sus. Something is up with him, and I don't really like it. I don't know. Something about him just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know if anybody else will catch it, but yeah, I don't know. Something about it, I just don't agree with it. I just don't. I'm sorry. But we'll see what happens when the time comes. I honestly and truly don't trust him. Monica gets sent to Jersey, and then she goes into the exit where it says Westview on it, and then she meets Jimmy Woo, who is actually in charge of a missing persons case, and he's trying to figure out what's going on. He's talking to the policeman, but the policemen don't know what Westview is. No idea what Westview is. They're actually from Eastview, which some people were theorizing about Eastview before, but I didn't really look into it. Jimmy Woo is so funny. I love the fact that they did the card trick from Ant-Man and the Wasp. That was such a good like little on the nose thing, because if you watched Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I'm pretty sure you probably didn't, because a lot of people don't really like the Ant-Man movies, and I don't know why. They're pretty good. Like, I don't know what the problem is with Ant-Man that people have, but I personally like the movie. He does the card trick, and it's just so cute that they called that back. So yeah, they're investigating this missing persons case, and then you know, the police officers and like everybody who knows of Westview doesn't know of Westview because they have selective amnesia. So Monica tries to investigate with this little sword helicopter thingy, which we've seen that in episode 2 when it changes into like a retro color, and then we see Monica try to go in. She gets sucked in, and then now she is gone. She is nowhere to be found, and then a whole investigation about Monica's disappearance starts now again. So they don't really mention this missing person that they were investigating at first. They don't mention him again, which is really scary, because I mean, like, is nobody gonna pay attention to him now?
And no one's gonna help her? Wow, some world we live in.
They figure out what's happening because of Darcy. Darcy is from the Thor movies. If you're not familiar with the Thor movies, I don't blame you, because they're not that good except for Thor Ragnarok. They bring back Darcy, who is no longer a political science major. She's actually an astrophysicist now, because she is a doctor. It's cute that they gave her that development for her, because, you know, she didn't really have much to do in the Thor movie, so I'm glad that they gave her something to do and made her a really, really useful character. Thank you to whoever thought of bringing Darcy into this, because she is perfect for the show, and she is perfect with Jimmy Woo. Darcy figures out that Wanda is actually creating her own little sitcom in this little dimension where Monica got sucked in. The side characters are actually citizens of New Jersey. So They all have fake names in WandaVision, the show, so they try to narrow down who's who, and then they make like whiteboards and they put up posters of them with little character descriptions of who they are in the show and who they are outside of the show, and they all have different names. They're all pretty different from the characters in WandaVision, and the ID pictures are so different from what they look like in WandaVision as well. And then, oh, we don't see Agnes's real name, and we don't see Dottie's real name either, which is really interesting. Like, they're really trying to hide that for some reason. Maybe Dottie's the missing person, I don't know. Or maybe Ralph is the missing person, which is the guy that Agnes keeps mentioning. So maybe Ralph is the missing person that Jimmy Woo was trying to figure out in the beginning before Monica got sucked in. So that's something to think about. In the third episode, let's jump back into the third episode because this jumps into the fourth episode as well. When Wanda gives birth to 2 baby boys who are twins, Wiccan and Speed. Hello, they're introducing them to the MCU, and I'm so excited about it. I was so happy because they're gonna bring Young Avengers. Anyways, she gives birth to these baby boys thanks to the help of Monica, who is Geraldine in the WandaVision show. So they figure that out. They take care of the babies, and then Monica shows herself because she basically shows herself when she mentions Ultron. It triggers something in Wanda because Wanda mentioned Pietro. You know, that mention of Ultron just like really flipped the script in Wanda. Like, she was like, who are you? What are you doing here? Why did you mess up my reality? Like, it was scary. It was scary. Her acting in that scene, bellissimo. Anyways, Agnes and Herbert, who are neighbors, noticed that Monica went inside, and she basically mentioned that Monica wasn't a citizen there. Like, she's a brand new person. She has no family and no home. And then they try to narrow that down, and Vision's like, so what's up? Herbert basically says, like, you know, they're trapped or something. That's basically what he wanted to say. It could either meant that they're dead, they're trapped, they can't leave, or something. I don't know, something, but we'll figure that out one of the episodes. I hope that they're alive, because it would suck if they were dead. It would just be really useless if they were dead. But yeah, something about that. Anyways, Agnes stopped Herbert from speaking anymore to Vision about what's going on, because I feel like if Vision's fully aware of what's going on, then the whole reality will be destroyed because of Vision noticing what's going on and telling Wanda. And I think if Wanda knows that Vision knows that their reality could not be as perfect as it was before, so Wanda could potentially destroy the dimension that they're in, the reality that they're in, and destroy everybody who's in it. So it's imperative that Vision does not know what's going on, but it's clear that Vision does know a little something, because towards the end where he talks to Wanda, he's like, we could leave, you know, and then Wanda's like, no, this is our home now. And then he's just like, okay. And then he takes the baby, rocking it, looking at her, and then looking directly at the camera, which is really scary. There's point. It's so weird. Oh my god, I hate it. Something about it, it makes me sick. I don't know. It makes me queasy. Like, what's going on? I'm scared. It's very suspicious what's going on, and we know why Wanda's doing this, because she is dealing with her grief. You know what I mean? She has been through so much that, like, I couldn't even blame her for making this like fake reality. You know what I mean? She's been through so much. She lost her brother. She lost Vision twice. She lost him when she destroyed him herself, and then he died again because Thanos did the time stone thingy and then ripped the stone from his head and left him lifeless, like a lifeless toaster. What the fuck? It was terrifying. It was very, very scary, and I was just terrified for my life, because I was just like, whoa. If you see that, that's my mic. I'm sorry. Anyways, very interesting how they're going about this, especially with Wanda, and how I feel like in the later episodes, Vision might realize what's going on and try to stop her. But I'm also afraid of Vision not wanting to stop her and actually encouraging her, because I mean, this is actually a figment of Wanda's imagination. So she can make Vision do anything, because Vision doesn't, he doesn't do anything unless Wanda says, like, you know, do it. Like, especially in the first episode when Mr. Hart was choking, nobody helped him until Wanda told Vision to help him. So we are fully aware that Vision is not in control of his actions. And also, when Darcy is watching WandaVision in the little TV, she doesn't see everything that we saw. She doesn't see the little cuts in between, you know how Wanda said no and then rewinded it. She doesn't see all of that. She just sees like a jump cut right to the end. And that is really weird how Darcy is not able to see everything. I feel like Wanda is fully aware that somebody could be watching them, and she wants to make sure that they don't know what she knows. They don't know that we know that we know. I'm scared for Wanda. I'm scared for Wanda. I'm scared for Monica the most, because she was literally thrown from the reality. That whole scene when Wanda's basically interrogating basically interrogating Monica and asking her where she's from, what is she doing here. It was very it was like kind of a callback to the first episode when Mr. Hart was asking what are they doing here, and they didn't have an answer, except Monica didn't have an answer because she forgot everything. She forgot her memory. But like, once Wanda mentioned Pietro when she was talking to Monica jogged her memory a little bit, and then, you know, she mentioned Ultron. So when she was thrown out, she hit so many walls, like, and there's no way that she's okay. She has to be like rehabilitated and stuff. So it's gonna be a while until we see Monica back up on her feet, which sucks, but I hope she's okay. And I hope, like, you know, the radiation, because they did talk a little bit about the radiation a bit, especially when Darcy mentioned it. And I feel like it might affect the citizens from Westview if they're still alive. I hope they are. Since Monica is still alive, I believe that the citizens of Westview might still be alive, but the one person that may not come out alive is Vision, because Vision's dead. Vision's already dead, so like, I don't know what they're gonna do with that. Hope that he stays alive, because he's actually a really good character now. Like, I really actually like seeing Vision. It would suck. It would really suck, and I would cry about it. I would cry if he ended up staying dead. That would suck. It would just be a terrible ending. Like, why would you do that? Why would you make us love Vision and then just make him disappear? That's so messed up. Just a lot to unpack. I really feel for Wanda. I feel that she doesn't mean to do this. She doesn't mean to be a bad person. She just wants to have this reality for herself. I mean, like, honestly, like, leave her alone. Like, leave her. She's not hurting nobody, I hope. I mean, she only hurt Monica, but like, I don't think she hurt anybody else. I mean, I don't know what happened to that beekeeper. I don't know where he went, but I would hope that he's okay. But at this rate, it's just like, damn, nobody can leave Wanda alone. Like, it just sucks. It just sucks for her, because I know that she's hurting and there's something there that needs to be done. She just needs the help that she deserves, and I hope that they don't, you know, antagonize her too much, because she's just a character that just has lost so much, and she's extremely powerful. So it's a ticking time bomb, y'all, and it's scary, and I'm scared for her. I'm scared for everybody involved, the parties involved. I'm nervous. There's probably going to be a big subplot with Sword, especially with that director. I feel like there's gonna be something up with that, and Jimmy's gonna get to the bottom of it, and I can't wait. Jimmy and Darcy will probably get to the bottom of it, and then Monica probably won't believe them, because that guy probably has been with the company for so long. So, you know, it's gonna be hard for her to, you know, figure out what they mean, and you know what I mean. So hopefully something comes about from that. A few theories for the next episodes. Well, I don't think we're gonna go back to Sword for a while. I feel like we might go back to the sitcom part of WandaVision. It kind of messed up there. Definitely might go back to the sitcom part of WandaVision for now, until, you know, there's something to be done with Sword. So I think that the next episode is going to be the 80s, and I'm excited. I think the 90s is when they do the Halloween episode. So I am very excited to see that because y'all are gonna hate me that I saw some leaks. I saw them and I was so mad. I was literally on Twitter, I was scrolling, and then I follow a few Marvel stan accounts and I follow a few Zendaya stan accounts who actually happen to like Marvel. So they were talking about this leak and I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? So I'm looking and I'm like, oh, WandaVision leaks, what about it? And I'm looking, I'm like, oh, a lot of them. There were like, I want to say there were like 8 or 9 leaks. Somebody's getting fired. Like, somebody's getting fired. The amount of leaks that are out there, be careful. If you don't want to know anything about the future of WandaVision, then stay away from Reddit and stay away from Twitter if you want to like not know anything. But I know one of the leaks and it's a pretty big spoiler. I'm not too sure if it's really a spoiler because I kind of knew that was gonna happen, but I'm not gonna get into it because I respect y'all and I would hope that none of you guys would want to go and look for the leaks. They're out there though and it's pretty easy to find, so definitely just, if you want to know, just Google or Twitter search or Reddit search and you'll find it. I'm very unhappy about it. After this episode, after episode 4, because we saw a lot of information being thrown around, and I feel like we will see a lot more information being thrown at us, especially in the sitcom. I feel like we will see a lot more Easter eggs and a little bit of more of hints to what is actually happening and why Wanda's doing this and how she's doing this. Hopefully we'll see more Wanda's powers because we got a glimpse of that in episode 3 when she threw Monica out of Westview. We saw like her orbs coming back and they were actually pretty rounder than they were in Infinity War and Endgame, and I'm just really excited because, you know, in the comics it's more of a round orb around her hands, and I don't know. I'm excited to see the evolution of Wanda's powers because her powers are really interesting. She's one of the most powerful Avengers. I think she is probably at least top 3. So I'm excited. We will probably see a lot more revelations, especially through Vision's eyes, because he's getting closer and closer to the truth and he kind of already knows what's happening. He's a little bit more skeptical and will probably be searching around for clues. So we will see a lot more of that, a lot more little conversations with the citizens of Westview. He'll probably like ask them certain questions, maybe try to jog their memory a little bit. In one of the posters, the character descriptions of, I think it was Norm, it says that Vision awakens him for a little and mentions a family brother or sister. I'm not too sure, but if you read those character descriptions, you'll see something there, and I literally made sure that I zoomed in and read them, but we couldn't see we couldn't see Agnes. See, I'm already calling her Agatha. She is Agatha. Anyways, we couldn't read Agnes's character description and Dottie's didn't exist, so we couldn't see much of that, and I was really upset because I wanted to know more about Dottie. So we'll probably see more of her, and then there's also a character that's supposed to be coming to WandaVision that is a really big actor, so we'll stay tuned for that. I wonder what that's gonna look like. I wonder who it's going to be. If it's who is in the leak, I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna be like, damn, like all that for that, like really? Anyways, I kind of like spilled something there, but like whatever. I'm really excited. This has been probably one of the best things about quarantine because this is like quarantine part 3 for me. So I'm really excited that I get to watch this every Friday, every Thursday night, because I stay up until 3 a.m. to watch the new episode. But this Friday I'll probably watch it in the morning. I'll probably like sleep, you know, I'll probably sleep tomorrow night because it's actually Wednesday. So this will probably be uploaded tomorrow on Thursday, which is the day before it releases. So hopefully you guys will like enjoy this while you guys wait for the new episode. So yeah, let me know your theories down below. If you read the leaks, hit me up on Twitter and I just want to talk about it with y'all. But yeah, there's a lot of leaks floating around and there probably will be more, and it's really sad that that's happening. So if you don't want to spoil yourself, don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it here. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. I know it's like really random, but I really wanted to talk about it before episode 5 comes out. I will do a video all about episode 5. I'll unpack it, give you a quick breakdown of it and my theories for what would happen in episode 5 and what comes after. But yeah, for now, this is it. This is me signing out, and I'll see y'all on the flip. Catch me on Instagram and catch me on Twitter and TikTok at cutcreaser, yo. If you want me to like send you WandaVision TikToks, I will send you WandaVision TikToks. Like, I see so many of them on my For You page and it's so sad. Anyways, that is it for today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, if you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all in probably a few days because I'll upload that episode 5 breakdown and spoiler talk soon. Also, I'm trying to figure out how to do commentary / reactions. It's actually really hard to find out how to do that because of copyright and the whole fair use thing. I'm not too sure, but that's partially why my video for episode 1 and 2 got deleted. So if you know anything about that, if you know how to do reaction videos and commentary videos, hit me up, please. I would love to do a reaction video of one of the episodes down the line. Hopefully I would love to react to episode 7, 8, and 9. Apparently there's a bonus episode, or maybe there might be a little extra long post-credit scene, so let's keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited and I can't wait to see how this unfolds because it's unfolding right before our eyes. Like, it's unfolding right now. So I'm so excited to see what comes of this, and if you have any theories, let me know. And yeah, that is it. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I just wanted to play around with these about face pencils, and they're not that bad. You know, quick little 1-2, and perfect for school, perfect for Zoom class, which I'm about to jump into in 10 minutes. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!